Winter is the season of slowing down, going inward, and rebuilding your deepest reserves. But if you push too hard during this time of year, you may find yourself exhausted, anxious, achy, or unable to sleep. Today, I'm sharing how to partner with the water element, which governs your kidney and your bladder systems in Chinese medicine, so you can move into the new year grounded, nourished, and resilient. Before we begin, I just want to remind everyone that the purpose of this channel and this video is for educational purposes only. It is not meant to be a substitute for professional medical advice. If you happen to have medical concerns, please do not hesitate or delay to speak with a qualified medical professional. This is the time of year that nature rests, restores, and conserves energy, and your body is craving the same thing. The water element reflects stillness, wisdom, and resourcefulness. It governs your Kidney Jing, or your foundational life force, which determines your longevity, fertility, healthy aging, bone structure, and your ability to adapt to stress. Emotionally, the water element relates to fear versus courage, and when balanced, you feel steady and confident. When depleted, you may feel overwhelmed, fearful, or easily drained. Because the winter is so demanding on the water element, you might notice some of the following symptoms: low back or knee soreness, fatigue or burnout, cold hands and feet, frequent urination or bladder irritation, poor sleep, especially early morning waking, hormonal changes, PMS or menopause symptoms, feeling fearful, ungrounded, or emotionally unstable. These are all hints that the kidney and bladder system needs some nourishment. So what can we do to nourish the kidney and bladder system, especially in the winter season? Well, the number one thing is to rest. But seriously, winter is the only season in TCM where rest is truly recommended. Everything in life is slowing down, going inward, going deeper at this point in time, and that should be us as well. So give yourself permission to go to bed earlier, slow your pace, and avoid overexertion, especially in this season. The second thing we can do is to keep our body warm, especially our feet, because our grounding energy starts at our feet and rises throughout the whole body. We want to be able to keep our feet warm so we have energy throughout the whole day. If you happen to be running around barefoot and your feet are getting cold in this season, you'll likely find yourself getting more tired. And a simple resolution to that is just put on a pair of socks. You'll notice a change within a couple days. So keep your feet especially warm in this season. And the second area of the body that we really want to keep warm is the kidney area. So the area of your low back. We want to make sure that you have good circulation and nourishment, especially during this time, because like I said, the circulatory system is moving deeper inward into the body, so you have less superficial blood flow happening, and we want to make sure that things are always moving and being able to nourish all of our tissues and our cells and everything in our body. So keeping your low back warm is going to be key. So either heat up a magic bag or a hot water bottle as you're watching TV, or when you're driving, turn on the seat warmer. That will definitely help your circulation in the kidney area. Or if you really are a water person like myself, you might want to take a bath. Epsom salt bath especially would be very helpful in the winter season. In TCM, we see warmth as nourishment because it does revitalize that blood flow and getting oxygen to all of our cells and getting any toxins to be removed from those areas. So we always want to nourish ourselves by staying warm in winter. And the third thing we can do during this season to keep warm is to eat warm foods. So things that are actually cooked. We want to avoid some of the salads and the cold raw carrot sticks and dip, and we want to incorporate soups and stews, porridge, oatmeal, things that are really nourishing and really grounding for us, but also very warm. So using warming spices, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, nutmeg, Turmeric is wonderful. So a big pot of curry is really nice right now. Chilies and all kinds of really hearty, warming meals will go a long way. Now, you'll also want to include anything that is a bean. Black beans, kidney beans, even chickpeas or lentils can be very nourishing to our kidney system. So as much as possible, getting more beans in your diet. And then anything that is black in color will nourish the kidneys. That's the color associated with the water element and the kidney function. So black beans, black sesame seeds, blackberries, blueberries, anything that is going to be darker in color is going to really nourish our kidney energy, and including, like I said, the bean family, black beans, especially in kidney beans. And lastly, bone broth is probably the ultimate nourisher because it's actually restoring our bones. In Chinese medicine, bone health, growth, and development is all governed by the kidneys. So we want to make sure that we're always replenishing whatever we have in terms of energy stores. And bone broth is a really good way to do it. Not only is it warm, but it's chock full of minerals that really support our bones over the winter season. You've likely already heard me talk about the importance of the balance between yin and yang in Chinese medicine. Well, the kidneys are the root of the yin and the yang, so we want to make sure that the kidney is being well supported in the winter season. So on top of yin and yang, the kidneys also govern something called jin. And jin is your essence. So this is something that you come into the world with. This is part of your constitution. So that'll be governed by how healthy your mother and father were, and how healthy and nourished you were as an embryo and all of your development until birth. And it sadly is a finite volume of Jing that you're born with. So we can never add Jing to our system, but it does diminish as we get older. As we use up our energy stores, the Jing can deplete. And that is really what relates to any sign of aging, right? Our hair may be thinning and falling out or turning white. We might be, losing some teeth or having some teeth issues, having back pain, knee pain. Memory loss is going to be a key indicator that your kidney energy, especially the Jing, is starting to diminish. So at all costs in Chinese medicine, we want to keep our Jing intact. And by resting and nourishing ourselves with the foods we just mentioned, that will definitely help you to keep that Jing intact and help you to keep as much of it as you can as we get older, because that will only help you in longevity and our older age. So some other things we can do is obviously stay hydrated during this season. So we really want to be mindful of warming things up. So teas are perfect in this time of year, and we want to do more herbal teas that are going to be really nourishing and tonifying for us. So lemon ginger tea is a great one. All of the rooibos teas are amazing. Things that are going to be really warming in spice. So I love the Bengal spice tea. It's a signature tea here in our clinic at Blue Frog Wellness. And it's just very warming spice based, right? So it's a rooibos tea that has cinnamon and ginger and cloves, and it just makes you like very nourished, very well-rounded, very comforted. So teas like that will be very helpful. Chai teas of all types are really wonderful in this season. And just be mindful to stay hydrated where you can, and if you can warm things up, that will only be better for you during the winter. And as for activity, we just want to make sure we're doing things that are going to be more gentle on the body. So during the winter, we really do want to take it a little bit easier. We want to be thinking about Tai Chi and yoga, maybe some Qigong. Swimming is a great one. And getting out and going for walks in nature is perfect. But this is not the time to be doing really intense, training for any kind of really big event, because you're actually going against what the energy of the body and the energy of the environment is actually doing at the moment. So you're actually in contrast with that. You want to be in resonance with that. So you want to be aligned with the energy of the season, which is moving slower and more inward. And things you can do to support the bladder channel in Chinese medicine. Well, we can do some general stretching, especially of the backside of the body. That's where the bladder meridian exists. And we want to, stretch the calves, stretch the hamstrings, So yoga is really great for this, because when we're doing downward dog or any of the poses in that position, we're going to really be lengthening the whole totality of the bladder meridian, which will give it a little bit of circulation and some relaxation and just get the vitality happening there. You also want to be doing maybe some tapping or some massaging on the back of the legs. And this is a really great season to go for massage. The only caveat here is just ensure you're able to warm up or be warm in that massage. Some massage rooms can be cold in the winter time, so make sure that you ask for a hot pack or something like that to get things nourished before you begin the massage. And then warm foot baths are amazing. So if you're not really a bath person, just simply getting your feet into a warm bucket of water with some Epsom salt can be very helpful and restorative for you in this season. Every organ is paired with another organ in Chinese medicine. And for the water element, that is the kidney meridian paired with the bladder meridian. Let's have a deeper dive into both these meridians so you understand where those acupuncture points are and why it's so imperative to focus on these areas of the body. So if we take a look at the energy flow or the qi flow of each of these meridians in the water element, the kidney meridian starts at the very bottom of your foot and travels all the way up your inner thigh to the middle of your abdomen, up your chest and to your clavicle, so just underneath your shoulder. The bladder meridian is going to move in the opposite direction. So starting at the inner aspect of your eye, it's going to go across the top of your head, down your neck, shoulders and back, down to the glutes, the middle of your hamstrings, and arrives at a point just behind your knee, at which time that meridian actually travels back upwards and then goes to a secondary bladder line on your back. So it'll be just lateral to the initial bladder line, which will then run completely downward once again, all the way down your glutes, your hamstrings, your calf muscle, arriving at the little toe. So the bladder meridian is the longest channel in the whole body and stores a lot of our tension. So when we're, tight and stressed and just gripping and holding on to a lot of physical tension in the body, we're going to have blockages somewhere in our bladder meridian. And we want to keep that nice and flowing, because the bladder meridian actually houses all of our back shu points, which relate to all of our internal organs. So we want to make sure that things can be flowing gently and consistently from one organ to the next without interruption, because that will give us the best optimal health and vitality. And now the emotional and spiritual aspect of the kidneys. Well, when the water element is balanced, you're going to feel calm, courageous, introspective, and steady. And winter invites you to journal, to dream, to meditate, to reconnect with your inner wisdom. So take some time to ask, what do I want to build my energy towards in the coming year? And being that this is the end of the year, we typically look to the future and we look to make resolutions or set intentions for our year ahead. This is the perfect time to do that, because it's very restorative to our kidney energy by using our introspection and slowing down and really thinking about, what do I really want in my life and what do I really want to put my energy towards in the future? By honoring the water element and supporting our kidney and bladder, you're going to move through winter with strength rather than depletion, and you'll move into spring renewed rather than drained. So if you're ready for a seasonal tune-up, you can always book in with Blue Frog Wellness for a one-on-one acupuncture energy work session here in Calgary. And if you're looking for more of the ear acupuncture, definitely check out the Ear Acupuncture Resilience program. So earacupunctureresilience.com to learn more about how the ear can really help you regulate your mental and physical issues that might be going on with a really quick 30-minute treatment. Those are offered right now through Wayfound and other locations, and please do check that link in the description below. If you like the content of this video and found it useful, please do like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel for more TCM tips. So stay warm, stay grounded, and take good care of your water element this winter season.